individual foreign policy strategies have gone hand in hand with another very fascinating phenomenon, and that is of growing political cooperation and collective diplomacy in the region to a degree we had not seen before. Over the past 20 years, we have seen a myriad of regional groupings emerge. I will not give you the long list of acronyms, which might be a bit confusing, but I will refer only to the two most significant recent ones. One of them is UNASUR, this is the South American Community of Nations, and another is CELAC, the Latin American and Caribbean Community of Nations. More and more you have Latin American presidents gathering to exchange views, to address common concerns. They phone each other all the time, and my good friend Marcos Robledo worked for the full 4-year term of President Bachelet in the presidential palace, so he knows this very well. But there is a collective sense of we're all in this together, and if we don't hang together, we will hang separately, as it were. And more and more Latin American governments have concluded that because of globalization, unless they develop some sort of common strategies to face the challenges of globalization, Latin American countries will not be able to make it.
Let me very briefly mention military power, the area where Brazil is lacking the most. We really do not need substantial military power. We face no regional rivals. In fact, we just celebrated 142 years of unbroken peace with our neighbors. We have no territorial disputes. All of them were settled by 1910. So this is not an issue, regional threats. But we do need military power because of our rising economic status. More and more, Brazil's economic reach will require that our diplomacy be able to present a credible military support for its actions.
Move the agenda from what happened in the 90s, which was mostly an agenda focused on free trade as it was developed within the America's free trade area as the idea, the initiative launched by the United States, to a more political agenda, where the conception of free trade as it was introduced both by the Washington Consensus and by Initiative for the Americas was a little bit changed. So this is the first thing, and we have to take into account that this is happening in a very favorable economic environment.
So in general terms, the outcome of the process has been successful. It has also, as every country, several problems, and if you take a look at the last Economist, for instance, you're going to see some articles about the challenges that this kind of model of development is facing today. Essentially, it didn't address in a fair way the problems of inequality in the country. So the rising middle class is demanding more equality. And this has to be addressed.